course, with our panel, Michael Fletcher, Lenny McAllister, Chris Metzler, and, of course, Joe Madison, the Black Eagle. All right. It's been very interesting to me when you look at all the craziness in this campaign. Give me, for each one of you, what was the craziest thing, the craziest moment of this campaign? Not necessarily if it's President Obama or Mitt Romney. It could be Aiken, could be Murdoch, but just the craziest thing that you saw in this campaign that made you shake your head to say, this is just nuts.
It has to be Aiken to me. I mean, his theories on rape and coming, I mean, you talk about President Obama and the Democrats being lucky. I mean, they're making this case about the war on women, then this guy gets up and, like, you know, adds to the test.
And Senator Claire McCaskill was running behind Missouri.
Exactly, yeah, that's absolutely the craziest thing. And the most astounding thing, though, also, to me, is we've just laid out all the problems Mitt Romney has had. It's amazing to me that he's as close as he is in the national polls. Okay. But it feels like the president has too much of a firewall in swing states and will prevail. But it's astounding that...
Lenny, craziest thing in his campaign?
The craziest thing that I've seen in this campaign was John Sununu going after Colin Powell for making the decision based on foreign policy. As decorated as a veteran as he is, as Secretary of State, and is well respected on both sides of the aisle, to basically minimize his opinion on his endorsement to being, well, he just wanted to vote for a black guy.
I saw a great tweet. They said, did New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg pick Obama because both are Jewish? It's like, what was his rationale if Powell did it because he's black? Yeah. Chris,
yeah, so two things. One is the whole Colin Powell thing, because if I were to follow that to its logical conclusion, John Sununu is voting for Mitt Romney because he's white. So that's first. Second, the whole idea of Mitt Romney with the women in binders and letting them off for work-life balance so they can go home and cook, that's a problem.
I would have, all of the others would have been on my list, but I will say the craziest thing were the black ministers who had the audacity to go before their congregations and tell people not to vote for President Obama because of his personal opinion on gay marriage. And then some of those ministers were asked, well, how is it that you can support a Mormon and be a fundamentalist Christian? And then when asked, who are you going to vote for, they actually suggested that black people might want to go fishing. That has got to be the craziest thing for a black minister in the spirit of Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, and all the people who gave their lives to tell black folk in this election to go fishing. That, to me, was the craziest thing I ever heard.
I would say the craziest thing was seeing President Obama not show up at the first debate. I don't think anybody could have predicted, first debate, the president totally checked out of that debate. I mean, going into that debate, significant lead in a number of different polls, and Mitt Romney makes all kinds of lies in that debate. President doesn't check him at all. And when that thing was over, it was a bloodbath in nearly every single poll. And the president, and look, his campaign had to do a whole lot of trying to regain lost ground. And I just could not believe. What got me, though, also, people kept saying, these debates don't matter. I think we learned after that first debate, nobody will ever say a debate does not matter in this particular election.
Well,
so
they must have took your advice and got a ring partner to whisper.
Yeah, remember I said, you better go find him, Bodini Brown, and a hype man. He needed that. That was desperate. All right, let's get right to it. So I forgot that game show when you were on the game show. So they would say, okay, Mike, what's your prediction? Your first up, your prediction. Who's going to win Tuesday?
I said it earlier. Obama wins because of the swing state advantage he has.
Obama wins a tight election.
Obama wins a tight election.
Oh, I love all of y'all. Yeah. It's going to be tight, and I think when Ohio comes in, it's it. Because he won't be able to run the table.
I will say this here. I think it's going to be a narrow victory for the president.
Very narrow.
And I thought in 2008, everybody keeps saying Ohio. I said in 2008, the most important state actually was Virginia. I felt Virginia set up the domino effect for the president's campaign. And I will say it again this time. I think Virginia is going to actually be the critical state, not Ohio. If the president ekes out a narrow win in Virginia, it's going to be a very short night. People keep saying Ohio. Virginia's a critical state because you look at him leading in Nevada, also possibly what happens in Colorado. again, you don't necessarily need Ohio to win the presidency. I think still Virginia is a critical
well, it is as well.
Real quick before I got to go.
Oh, look at North Carolina as well. There's no way he should be getting close there as well. You have a gubernatorial race that's going to go Republican. The General Assembly is Republican, and President Obama's right back close. If North Carolina or Virginia, it's going to say everything else going west.
David Axelrod might get to keep that mustache. All right, gents, I appreciate it. Thanks a bunch.